I'm Russell Killen. I'm the chair of the firm's litigation department, and my practice focuses primarily on construction and development work. I became a lawyer, I think, for the same reason that I really enjoy doing what I do. I've always been a problem solver. I mean, one of the things I've always got a lot of satisfaction in is helping people. And as an attorney and kind of throughout my life, it's trying to figure out, all right, what's the problem and how do I fix it? I've always been focused on those things, and being an attorney gave me the ability to use those skills in my career. The proudest moment in my life is probably something pretty recent. As the mayor of the town of Knightdale, one of the things we've always wanted as a community is a place, and we've built this new beautiful 80-acre Central Park right in the middle of downtown, and we just opened it, and seeing a couple thousand people out there with their kids and their families and just really enjoying and taking in that moment and enjoying the time out there for that is something I just really found satisfying. One of the things I think makes me good at my job is I get the big picture. Too many times attorneys can get caught up in the weeds and miss the solution that may be sitting there if you'll just look at it from that 60,000 foot level. And I think one of the things that I do well for my clients is find them solutions to their problems. A mistake you'll see lots of attorneys make, again, is they fall into the habit of doing what they always do with the case. Every case and every client is different, and unless you're willing to spend the time to understand that with your client and understand what it is your client wants, not what you expect to do, you can make a mistake and end up in a situation where you're not getting what your client really wanted out of this. I do enjoy my practice. I mean, one of the things I like is doing a lot of construction work. It's interesting. I mean, you go and you have lots of parties and lots of moving parts, and figuring out how to make all that come together in a solution for your client is something that I enjoy. I know I've done a good job for my clients when I ask them and tell them. I mean, it's important to get feedback from your clients and understand, did this go well, or the things we could have done better, or the things that you would have liked to have seen done differently, because that's the only way you can improve and work on that long-term relationship. So professionally, it's interesting. You go from a time where you're focused again on just the details, the nuts and bolts of the case, and as you kind of progress through your career like I have, you understand that there's a bigger picture to be looked at, and having clients value your advice as much as just being their attorney. Progressing from being the person that they hire for a particular matter to being the trusted advisor to them on a regular basis is something I've really enjoyed through the progression of my career. Take your time to get things right, and by that I mean lots of times you can see the solution and you know it's there, and your instinct is just to push everybody as hard as you can to that. The problem is that almost never works. That you have to let things percolate just a little bit so that that good solution can be reached with everybody on board, and you can walk away with that. I take a moment each morning, just to kind of reset and take a minute of silence and collect your thoughts and kind of approach the day with a purpose rather than just running headlong into it and seeing where it ends up. My first job was working in a tobacco field. So from the time I was 10 till the time I was probably 16, I worked on farms and worked in tobacco and learned the value of hard work, and that's important to my clients because I understand how hard they work for their money, and so I appreciate that value.